I've been working on my animation studio for a few weeks now, but I hit a roadblock. My drawing skills aren't up to task, so I'm rethinking Drawing 101. Let's go take a look. So when I started this journey, I looked at different animation styles. I've always had a passion for the hand-drawn animation. I just love the way it looks. I think it's a dying art form, and it's kind of what I wanted to jump into this time. Unfortunately, when I started playing with my Wacom tablet, I realized that my drawing skills were poor. I used to draw all the time, and as I got more into computers, years back with graphic design, I definitely started doing everything with Adobe Illustrator and Photoshop and no longer drawing, and my skills have diminished. Part of this is not thinking of this as a setback for me, but rather just a continuation on this journey, and it's a necessary step to achieve the goals that I want to achieve. Personally, for me, it's actually a lot of fun getting back into the fundamentals, just trying to get that muscle memory back. But it is a bit of a challenge. I said I wanted to build my muscle memory back up, so I'm going back to some of the earlier exercises I did a long time ago. It is not very creative, but it's just getting my brain and my hand used to working together, just drawing a lot of primary shapes, literally just pages of circles and circles and more circles and more circles and squares and squares and squares and rectangles and rectangles and rectangles. Just hitting these primary shapes over and over and over again and getting my hand used to the motions, getting my brain telling my hand what to do. It seems rather silly on the outside, but when you start going through these motions over and over again, it just becomes second nature to you. My goal is just to continue doing this periodically. Toward the end of the week, I did start moving to the 3D, making the squares into cubes, the triangles into pyramids, and the circles into spheres, just doing simple shading on them. I did start playing around a little bit with just doing cross-hatching and shading just to get used to the process again. What I will move into next is actually doing sketches of objects. But for right now, it is literally just about getting myself used to drawing using the primary shapes, pencil on paper. So initially, I pulled my Wacom tablet out and I was trying to draw in Adobe Animate, and that's when I realized that my skills were lacking. So I pulled out old sketchbook again and started drawing physical paper and a pencil. I love the tactile feel. I did quite a number of drawings over the week. My lunch break, I would sit down and just draw on my sketch pad. I actually then came back and used my Wacom tablet drawing. I have the application Krita, which I think that's how you pronounce it. Never used it before, but it is actually a very fun program. You can emulate pencils, pens, various kinds of paint brushes, color. But for right now, mainly I'm just using the pencil feature, sketching on it with my Wacom. Completely different feel from my sketch pad. After doing that for a while, then I got a stylus out with my laptop. Again, completely different feel for it. So trying to get used to, again, just using the primary shapes, it was a very different feel from doing the primary shapes on paper with a pencil in the physical world. My Wacom tablet is just much more abrasive. The screen on my laptop is just very smooth flowing. I don't necessarily know if one is better than the other, but there's a definite feeling that's different when you're drawing with them. And I'm sure some people prefer one over the other. At this point in time, I think personally for me, I'm going to continue using all three. My laptop is a PC, so I just have different options with that. It's portable. I can take it around with me. I use my Wacom tablet with my iMac. It is most definitely a stationary piece sitting in my office. My sketch pad I love taking with me. I also have a little smaller pad that I literally carry in my pocket when I'm all day long. Jot down ideas, quick sketches, but just always having something somewhere that I can draw with. And I want to continue using all three platforms, two platforms in my sketch pad, just to continue my skills. With Krita, you can go in and add the colors, get used to different art forms digitally. Eventually, I would like to start exploring some additional. I used to do watercolor and pen and inks, and I will probably get back into that again. I think the advantages to that, just with the physical sketch pad, is the portability for it, having that actual physical thing in your hand. It just seems more natural to me, and I guess that's because that's what I grew up with. Started my art lessons back in the 70s, and that's just where it's natural for me. I have been drawing on a Mac since 1985 when they first came out. It's not unheard of for me, and the newer applications, using it with my PC, it all does feel natural to me, but they're all different. There's pros and cons to everything. The use of Krita, I think, is going to come in very handy because I can do different styles for backgrounds on pieces, and then just actually do the animation in Adobe Animator, Synfig, or OpenTunes. We're going to see how that all works out. I have not abandoned those. I'm still mainly using Adobe Animate. I've been playing with that a little bit as time allows, but my main focus has been trying to improve my drawing skills, and I will probably continue on that for the next week or so, and then slowly build back into working into the animating. I will share a number of my drawings in a time lapse of me working on some of the stuff so you can see what I've been doing. I certainly hope you enjoy this. If you did, please hit the like button on there. I certainly would love to have you come along with the journey. Hit the subscribe button and you can find out what I'm doing from week to week. Until next time.